Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. This video is in the spirit of opulence to help those who are trying to just simply manifest some finances, uh get out of a financial rut, shift their financial energy, and they don't know where to turn, who to ask, who to get hired from, who to fill out an application to, what business to start. Just don't know what to do. So if you find this video, take notes and pay attention. So we start this conversation off with the energy of Spica or Alpha Virginis, meaning that it is the virgin, or I'm sorry, it is the Alpha star of Virgo, which means virgin. Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. What up, D? What up, Sacred? Got a little video essay in the spirit of opulence. So make sure you got your thinking caps on. And of course, questions, comments, and concerns are always welcome. Spica is the wheat sheaf of Virgo. It has, on account of its size and nearness to the ecliptic, some importance. Spica has a Venus Mars nature. So that's masculine, feminine, meaning that it's whole, meaning that it covers all bases. That is the nature of Spica. To Spica are ascribed honors, fame. Spica is marked good fortune for scientists, writers, artists, painters, sculptors, and musicians. If Spica is on your ascendant meridian in conjunction with Jupiter and Venus, promise given even to the people of humble origins to enjoy protection, preferment, and even wealth. So, saying all of that to say, I am entering that into the conversation for everybody who listened to this video. I'm speaking wealth in your life, in your hearts, in your minds, in your relationships, in your business, and I'm giving you the keys to access wealth regardless of where you're at. So I'm just going to show you better than I can tell you, right? So make sure you take your notes and have your mind open. So Spica is a blue giant. Spica is on the left. Venus is the brightest on the bottom with Jupiter above. So over in the left-hand corner is where you're going to see Spica, which is known as a blue magic. This video is brought to you by my book and lifestyle choice, which is called Blue Magic or Wealth Magic. You can purchase this book on Amazon or on my website, columbianexchange.com. Nothing but a library resource for wealth, financial, metaphysical concepts to help you keep money in your pocket, because money does not start from the outside in, money starts from the inside out. So check me out, Colombian Exchange with an X.com, or just Kyrie Anthony Blue Magic on Amazon. The reason why we're talking about Spica is because tonight the moon is conjunct Spica and the moon is conjunct Mars. So this formula is a very simple formula. It's time to put some action towards your magic, towards your wealth magic, to your metaphysical principles in reference to the type of money that you're trying to make. Some people do not care about money. That doesn't mean that your husband doesn't care about money. That doesn't mean that your kids don't care about money, right? So even if you don't want money, it's people that you love that want money. If that's a fair statement, go ahead and put a one in the chat. As I said, this is, I would say this is, I'm going deep. I'm not going to get y'all no shallow shit. So buckle in. So the best thing y'all could do, like the video, share the video, throw some ones in the chat if this is some interesting stuff, and, as long as you engage with me, I'll engage with you. Not one of them content creators that's wanting people to kiss their ass. And I'm trying to give people real information, magical formula, and rituals to bring money in your pocket for free. All that I ask for you to do is like the video and throw a one in the chat. Appreciate it. Because, I done been up six figures and did videos, and I done had $10 in my bank account and did videos. So it don't really matter to me. You'll never know based upon videos that I'm doing what my status is in life, because I'm not new to this. I'm actually true to this. So me, I'm very sensitive to energies and to spirits, and I don't like sitting with energy. So I post a lot. So if you're new here, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Spica is one of, and I got a laid out slideshow. So even if I get sidetracked, I'm gonna get right back on. So shout out to that, because I'm known to go off the deep end with the conversation. So let's get into it. Spica is one of the 15 great Bohemian stars, remarkable for their power. They are easily recognizable in the sky. Spica is a bright blue. Shout out to Blue Magic. So Spica deals with wealth, but Spica is blue. Blue Magic deals with wealth, and of course, Blue Magic is blue. Okay, I'm just, every day I make a new connection between blue and prosperity and wealth. When I wrote the book, I thought I was on some weird shit naming it Blue Magic. Now, every single day, I be like, I got that blue fever. You feel me? I be on one when that come on, boy. That's my joint right there, Mariah the Scientist. Spica is a bright blue, like, right? Because it is burning blue. You feel me? It's a burning blue star. Shout out to Mariah the Scientist and Young Thug. Spica is a bright blue star and is a part of the Virgo constellation. The takeaway here is that Spica offers you the best resources so that you can expand on things you are passionate about and brings abundance into your life that way. And that's very key. So when we start bringing up different etymologies and different understandings of opulence, is going to be deeply correlated to the things that you are passionate about. So once again, what are you truly passionate about? And I bet in talking to thousands of people, whether it be reading or at an event or just at a job, people do not know, have a clue what they're absolutely passionate about, even if it's their baby daddy. One's in the chat, if they hate their baby daddy, they ain't even passionate about that. You know what I'm saying? It's all types of weird shit people be on nowadays, where they don't even be passionate about things that people just generally used to be passionate about. So where does that leave you? Because you can't play Spica games and follow in the leader and then say, I want to be abundant. You can't follow the leader and then say, I want to be abundant. You have to figure out what you're passionate about. And once again, this is going to be a point that we're going to come back to later on in the build, where I'm like, see, we could talk the spiritual shit all day, but Spica and Mars is conjunct the moon, mainly Mars. Action, you got to really figure out that part. Because in this day and time, for whatever reason, people are in their emotionals and they don't want to act and be passionate. So the gemstone and color association, emerald green. So, doing color magic, painting magic, candle magic, tonight, tomorrow night. The energy, the moon is going to be conjunct Spica. So it's a perfect time to do rituals, magic things in reference to getting your money, getting your coin, so you can go out to, you know, Tahiti, you know what I'm saying, in the wintertime, shit like that. So the plants it rules, sage, mugwort. So a key thing, burning some sage, drinking some mugwort tea. If you got it already, cool. Get it in the morning. Make sure you do it tomorrow night because you want to tap into this energy. Nobody is making it up. You can actually do your own research and figure it out for yourself. This is just like giving you some direction on some things that you can research and apply. Spica is a joyful star, which also helps with finding the joy and passion for things, seeing how generous life can be, and giving you a drive, a goal, which is fulfilling in and of itself. So, the reason that this is a spiritual build is because I'm referencing a celestial star that just so happened to be having a celestial occurrence in reference to Spica, Moon, and Mars. See, Spica is a fixed star that doesn't move. The Moon conjunct Spica every 28 days. So, just so happened, the Moon is conjunct Spica, and it was a point in time where I was referencing this in a video, the Spirit of Opulence, in my excuse me, and my laptop, it was acting weird and it froze and stuff like that. So I was like, boom, I'll come back to it, right? And so that's what I did today. Had to work out and do some business for the website and some other things with the kids. And then I I was thinking about this the whole time though, like wanting to do a mind map and really kind of understand the spirit of opulence because the text is rather dense and I can't, the old timey writing, I love it, but I for sure don't understand it. Right? I don't understand it. So therefore I have to take it, sit it down, piece it together, make a mind map, and understand it for myself. So that's what I did in breaking down the spirit of opulence, which is connected to wealth. Spica is connected to wealth. So I just consider it divine timing in a divine space for those who are, everybody be having all of this money, but they'll never share ones in the chat. So for those that are struggling with money, trying to figure out this money piece, this video and this video slash essay is for y'all. So the theme of this particular video is going to be No Limit Records. Make them say, na 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 na, na 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 na. Make them say, na 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 na, na 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 na. Why? Because you have no limits. And so, what I'm going to be doing is referencing the messages that he had in the book and just making conversation about it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on what is being said. However, we will have a conversation about it. And of course, any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. I do like to have interactions with other human beings. So, with that being said, it is a mistake to think that restriction is good. He goes on to say that because it is a mistake to think that restriction is good, the reason why it's a mistake because this is a limited view of our innate divine power. Therefore, if you are fixated and focused on restriction, then that is a mistake at all levels. Why? Because you are not tuned in and tapped in and aligned to your innate divine power. Because from the moment you were born, you have naturally drifted away from your innate divine power. So the only power that a person has outside of their innate divine power is the power of the ego, and the ego deals with the level of restriction. But this restriction is a matter of belief. And if you believe in restriction, then you must experience it. If you believe in restriction, you must experience it. So I'm having a hard time paying the rent. If you believe that, you must experience it. I'll never have the money to buy my kids expensive things. If you believe that, you must experience it. I'm struggling financially. If you believe it, you must experience it. Thus, you need to switch and alter the mindset. Faith and restriction cannot live in the same house. So the ego, which is based upon certain rules and understandings about life, does not align with faith. The ego and restriction is all about protection, all about making sure you're safe. But in reference to faith, it's a high level of risk that comes from the soul. That in reference to faith, in reference to risk, it is all about removing the limits that you have placed on yourself for some odd reason. So, in unlocking the spirit of opulence, one has to embrace and immerse itself in faith. But the question is, how? You must find out your inner truth, which then forms your belief, which is the root of your faith. So you must find your inner truth, which ties back into your passion. What are you truly passionate about within yourself? What truly makes you happy? What do you truly desire? And then what do you plan to create around that to facilitate that? Then this is going to motivate your faith. And your faith is just simply your actions in reference to your inner truth. Your faith is your actions in reference to a world that many people can't see yet. But once again, we are completely immersing ourselves in a completely different mindset than, I don't know, maybe it will happen, maybe not. In reference to the spirit of opulence, it's absolutely going to happen. Why? Because you are doing the thing, you are performing the function, you know the formula to manifest it. Think of yourself as a contractor building a house. And so shit is just coming to me. I'm just seeing this shit that's coming to me and I'm speaking what's coming to me in my mind's eye. So I'm seeing you being a contractor and I'm seeing you build the house. As you build this house, you don't ever think, man, what the fuck am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. The whole entire time you're building a house, you're a contractor. Now think of your life and you being a contractor of your life. Now think of your soul is the true contractor. Your inner truth, your innermost is the contractor that knows how to build your life. This is what is going to form your belief. Your belief is formed in knowing. Your belief is formed in faith. You don't need to be smart to have faith. You don't have to be beautiful to have faith. You don't have to be sexy to have faith. Everything haven't had to go right for you in the past 10 years to have faith. All of those things can be completely opposite. You can even be at the space where to say, I feel like I've lost my faith the last few months, but it feels like a spiritual war within. Exactly. So once again, your narrative can alter just like that when you say, I feel like I have lost my faith, but not anymore. Because saying that I have gained or lost my faith is just a belief. That belief is completely stirred up from the inside. Thus, when we naturally, so the key here is with this metaphysical shit. The reason why I'm persistent, consistent, and always talking about it is not for clout and notoriety, believe it or not. The reason why I'm constantly talking about it is because you naturally drift away from it. Everybody naturally drifts away from it. There is no status when it comes to this shit. So while everybody online is trying to do the next big viral thing and trying to grow their channel, and I hope that everything goes good for them, because I just want to be able to go live and continue the message. I just want to be able to say, man, today I didn't stray that far away from my soul. Today I was thinking maybe I could help myself by helping somebody else. And it's easy to just lay in the bed and, start eating booty. You know what I'm saying? And I've chose that many a night. Nothing wrong with eating booty, but it's nothing wrong with connecting to your soul too. We either do not know what we believe, or, like I said earlier, we unconsciously drift away from our divine spirit. It's not a conscious thing. It's not something in reference to, I've done so good in life that I normally just connect to my spirit. What's the rub? The rub is the better you do, the further you drift away from your spirit. So this is not a knock. This is why churches is open every Sunday. Because sooner or later, you're going to have to come back home, and niggas know that. Every day is somebody new coming into the church needing something. Why? Because we unconsciously drift away from our divine spirit. And, for some people it's the mosque. Some people it's the temple. For some of y'all, it's y'all altar. For some of y'all, it's y'all sacred space. For some of y'all, it's out in nature. For some of y'all, is at y'all coven, with y'all ritual, with y'all secret society. It is different from different people, but you into it when you into it, but it start manifesting for you and you drift away from it. That's just how it goes. What spiritual people is not going to tell you is that's how it goes, right? So once again, if you are not aligned with your divine spirit, you will distrust everything and everyone, and days you could have been spending in joy are now wasted because misalignment. Misalignment is just the opposite of being in alignment. So when you are struggling, when things aren't going your way, when things aren't hitting the way you want them to hit, it's not in reference to the external, it's in reference to the internal. And if it is something in reference to the external, you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do about it. And that can only come from within you. You ever had somebody that was wrong for you and you trying to work out a situation, and what's the situation going to lead to? More of them doing the same shit. One's in the chat. Then you just have to start thinking for yourself, all right, I gotta go. Right? Or I gotta just take care of me, because it's obviously not going to be a mutual thing between us. So alignment is the only thing you need to do from a spiritual level. And a lot of the spiritual things are very simple when applied, guys. The tricky part that motherfuckers is not going to get to is that you're going to drift off into, red pill content, blue pill content, pink pill content. Your boyfriend hurt you. You listening to everybody talk about how their boyfriend hurt them. Right? You want to make a lot of money. All you watching is content talking about you want to make a lot of money. You don't know what you should be actually doing. Your algorithm is just feeding you bullshit. So once again, online, cool, whatever. But we talking about something much more deeper that goes beyond your algorithm. We're talking about your actual reality program, and how to make it work is a simple thing called alignment. So the way that it was shown to me is like your soul is more like a general, and you have spirits that act as like captains, lieutenants, and different things like that. So in your army of spirits, in reference to that spiritual war, you have to know what spirits to work with to actually win certain battles. So throughout your whole entire life, it's not like a quote unquote spiritual war. It's spiritual wars that are fought, and knowing how to fight in certain spiritual wars is how you are going to win. Because a spiritual war is not fought with the flesh, it's actually fought with the spirit. So when you are dealing with any forms of poverty, and poverty don't have to be financial, because you can have the money and you could be the type of person that's by yourself. You don't got no friends, no social status, nobody likes you, nobody's calling you. You know motherfuckers don't like you, but you don't got money. That's poverty, right? And of course, you're not about to trade your money in for friends, so you're going to have to figure out a lot of different things in reference to how to win this war on poverty versus opulence. Because opulence is not having a lot of money, it's more of being at a place with a bunch of people that you love, a bunch of people that you work with, and y'all all manifested and y'all all winning together. That's opulence. Y'all got it together, y'all working together, y'all laughing together, y'all enjoying life together, y'all all figured it out because y'all all is like not fucking stupid, right? The solution is to align with your soul, which creates the faith necessary to live with joy at the forefront of your heart. So, the problem with the internet is that everybody is going to tell you what's right, what's wrong, what's this, and what's that. I'm telling you right now, joy for every single person is going to look different. Opulence for every single person is going to look different. Poverty for every single person is going to look different. Love for every single person is going to look different. So when you are listening to what other people say, what love is and what love isn't, it have rarely does it have anything to do with you. Because when love comes in your life and it allows you to be yourself, then that's truly love. Think about it. If somebody comes into your life and you performing and you act in a certain way to keep them around, is that actually love? If you don't know yourself, if you're not in tune with yourself, if you're not one with yourself, but you're in a relationship with somebody and somebody trigger you, but y'all was in a relationship, was it actually really love though? Or was it just, what they call a little situationship and things of that nature? So love for real is when somebody comes into your life and really accepts you and then helps you and then pours into you. Like, and what does that look like? Who knows? So when we are having spiritual conversation, we must deal with a ton of assumption. We must deal with a ton of, I don't know what's right or wrong, but I'm going to trust that you figure it out for yourself. Because please, listening to a guy like me will have you tossing salad on a Saturday. And you might not like the end result to that. So this next section is what we call a self-perpetuating cycle or a self-perpetuating loop, which is a sequence of events, thoughts, or behaviors that repeats, continues indefinitely because the system's components reinforce each other, making it difficult to stop without external intervention. So, the purpose of this particular video, the purpose of this video is to be that external intervention for those who are on a self-perpetuating cycle. The issue a lot of times is the things that you are telling yourself so much, the things that you believe so much, the things that you know so much that it becomes a force field and a protection from new information. So a person literally has to sit you down and scream at you and cry and have an intervention, literally, or else you ever seen the show Intervention? And the guys and the girls, they just out there doing crazy stuff, and they family have to just sit down and talk to them, and it still don't get them to stop doing the shit that they supposed to not be doing. Like, that's everybody is an addict to their negative emotions. Everybody is an addict to their negative thoughts. Because if you didn't have a perpetuation of negative thoughts, we would see a different result from your overall life. There will be a different result from your expression. You wouldn't be afraid to express yourself, whatever it looks like. The work looks like you heal, and then you put yourself out there. And it's scary. But then you're like received all good, and people love your artwork, and people love your music, and people love your speeches or whatever you're doing. And it's like, remember when you didn't even do this shit, when you was afraid, you was even like in a mode where you wasn't even giving yourself a chance to even be able to receive, to then make that change. So once again, a self-perpetuating cycle can be positive, like the natural reproduction of a species, or negative, such as a cycle of anxiety and avoidance, or the cycle of poverty. So when we're talking about money and we're talking about finances, it is nothing but working with a specific spirit of opulence. But working with this spirit has a formula and a function that we are going to get out of this cycle of poverty, whatever it looks like for you. The defining characteristic is the eternal capacity for the cycle to maintain and renew itself, often through feedback mechanisms leading to self-preservation or the continuation of a particular state. So ultimately, we should, I should figure out how to, if you're making $5,000 a month, get out of that self-perpetuating cycle so you can make $10,000 a month. If you're making $10,000 a month, get out of that self-perpetuating cycle to make $20,000 a month. If you're making $50,000 a month, get out of that self-perpetuating cycle and make $100K a month. Something that says whatever, because some people might feel shit, I'm not making enough, right? And who's to say they're wrong or right? So when we reference the beliefs now in the self-perpetuating cycle, these are negative beliefs. And these beliefs we create about ourselves are not real, but just the product results of our belief system, which is a self-perpetuating cycle or self-perpetuating loop. These beliefs come from misunderstanding of our true inner power. So when we are doubting ourselves, when we are having tumultuous, toxic relationships, ups and downs, ins and outs, goods and bads, the thing about that is that we are not tapped into our inner power. And why would we? Because we're naturally drifting away. We're dealing with the spirit of entropy. It's unconscious. We do not recognize it. It's just a regular day. I got up, made me a sausage, egg, and cheese. Boy, I was hungry. I didn't think that I needed to get closer to my true inner power, right? I didn't think that. I forgot. And why should I connect to my true inner power? Because you have unlimited creative power. Listen, this is No Limit Records. Make them say, nah, 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 nah. Boy, I'm the captain of the tank. I'm at the big bank. Man, you could, man, coming home, and that's on the goddamn BET Rap City. It was damn near a party. Let that come on in the club. Shout out to No Limit. But you don't have no limit either. Once you realize there is no logical reason to limit how much you can enjoy and how much you can create, you can draw from an infinite source and never take too much because it is infinite. The universe does not run out. Abundance is inherent in source energy. Abundance while you exist, because you won't exist forever. Your energy while you do exist is infinite. This is a playground RPG video game. And if you decide to be in the video game that says my life is horrible, I can't get right, it's simply because you are not aligned with source energy, because it is impossible to feel that because your source energy is abundant. Now, the issue is we naturally drift and we don't know how to recorrect or redirect. So therefore, we go further off into the driftwood. So there is no such danger in running out of money, love, time, energy, fun, joy. Danger is in you not recognizing your own access to this unlimited creative power. So when we talk about business, you got to go to the job, fill out an application. Church, it's a deacon, minister, reverend, preacher, bishop, pope. Spirituality, usually just one head honcho that's running the show and everybody is their followers. Never in none of this stuff. Your job not telling you this, your school not telling you this, your parents not telling you this, your friends not telling you this. Nobody is telling you Shaniqua James. Inside of you is unlimited creative power that you can never run out of. You have an unlimited source within yourself that you can bring forth to this world, and you can just basically print money. Your ideas, your creativity, your magic, your rituals, your spells. It's an unlimited resource for money. But when you operate out of fear, when you operate out of doubt, when you operate in apathy, meaning like you don't practice, you just fickle with your art, with your craft, then that's just what it is. It ain't real to you. What's real? Going down to this job, filling out this application, making sure that they giving you this $5.99 a week. So you could, pay your bills, so you can pay your rent, so you can, buy furniture if you need it, save some money, do all of this type of shit. But in the everyday, mundane, ins and outs, ups and downs, there is never nobody saying throughout this whole entire time, hey, you have unlimited creative power that you have access to. So let's tap into it by yourself, or let's tap into it together. So therefore, your mindset is naturally going to drift to scarcity, and scarcity is saying shit's going to run out. We not going to have it. We going to be broke. the world is about to end. Donald Trump is the president. He fucking up the $1 trillion in debt and all of this type of shit. But every day, motherfuckers gonna wake up and want something to eat. That's an economy. And as long as people have been alive, economies have been created for the very basic nature that people want to wake up and eat, and God create food out the ground. So you just got to know how to cultivate it, have some agriculture about yourself, have some creativity about yourself. Maybe you're not a farmer, but you a cooker. Maybe you're not a cooker, but you a marketer. You can design the logos, right? Danger is not in you recognizing your own access to this unlimited creative power. You're not just looking at life and seeing what people need. You looking at life thinking whatever you're thinking about from the ego's perspective. But if you take some time, take a minute, bring yourself to a center point where you collect yourself and recognize everything within you is unlimited, infinite. That's why you're here. You're here to have a limitless experience. And the limits that you believe are the limits that you have to experience. Therefore, a lot of the work for most of us is going to be banishing. Banishing the ideas that we no longer need. Banishing the limits that's holding us back right now. Danger is in you recognizing that external things are the true riches, when true riches is the creative power itself that assists you and is within you, not in inanimate objects. So the things that you want, the way that you get it is through your creative power. But your creative power then is the true riches. So if you are trying to manifest and attract true riches, one should focus on creative power, not the external things. Right? Make them say, na 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 na, uh, 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 Why? There is no need for limitation. This is something to think about as you go to sleep. This is something to think about at every point where you're trying to meditate. The limitations are what you're saying that you want to experience. But when you align with the creative, unlimited source of creation, which is you were created from nothing, like little sperm seed, and grown to a full-grown man, a full-grown woman. The reason that you have grown from a sperm cell to a full-grown adult is because of the creative, unlimited source of creation. If you can recognize that, put a 1 in the chat. Your life is a result of the creative, unlimited source of creation that is within you. No external force grew you from the outside in. Everything that has grown you to be has been a within process. That means that is something within you that is highly intelligent, so intelligent that it is unlimited. So if you can bear witness to your life, then you can also bear witness to the fact that there is no reason to limit yourself in any circumstance. Thus, true wealth is a spirit. True wealth is a spirit, the spirit of opulence. And the spirit of opulence is within every single person. Every single person has this spirit. What is this spirit about? This spirit is specifically about riches and wealth. Being wealthy, wealth, power, ability, resources. Promise is given even to the people of humble origins to enjoy protection, preferment, and even wealth. This is Spica. The moon is conjunct Spica. So when we talk about opulence, riches, wealth, this is a spirit within every single human being. This is a spirit within every single human being. Are you afraid of this spirit? Because this spirit is just unlocking a door just in your life so you can personally be wealthy, have riches, and have affluence. Because if you decided to open this door in your life, nothing is going to change with the sun's rotation, the moon's rotation, Venus's orbit, the Empire State Building still going to be standing. The Tuscaloosa River still going to be flowing. Nothing is going to change in the whole entire galaxy if you decide to embrace the spirit of opulence within yourself. This is the spirit that deals with wealth, riches, and affluence. Now, most people was like, oh my God, that's the devil hood. That's the devil hood. That is wrong. We don't need money. We don't need that is some evil shit you talking about. Wealth, power, ability, resources. Now, remember when I said, let's go back to Spica one time, because I said I was going to come back to it. Y'all thought I was lying. Remember Hood said he was going to come back to it? He always say he going to come back this shit. He be going off on them tangents, boy. He be forgetting he said he was going to come back this shit. The takeaway here is that Spica offers you the best resources so that you can expand on the things you are passionate about. So when we go to the etymology of the word opulence, opu or opus is related to work, labor, and exertion. To work, produce in abundance. So yeah, it ain't gonna come from it, just falling out the sky. So it is like that idea. It is that business. It could be shit, that job. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I've known people that worked at a job and invested, or, because they worked at a job, they could do some multi-level marketing. And it could be you could meet a friend. Wherever you at right now today is a good opportunity for you to spread your spirit of opulence around, okay? It ain't nothing wrong with being wealthy. It ain't nothing wrong with you being rich. It ain't nothing wrong with you being a part of the noble class. You having an abundant amount of money, you having millions of dollars in your bank, you need to be okay with it, right? See, the issue is it's a lot of fear and negativity tied in to you living your best life. So therefore, you act in accordance with that shit. And now this is for real niggas. Now, I'm only talking to real niggas that's trying to have a real conversation. Because it's easy for a person to get on here and kiss your ass and blow smoke up your ass and, toss your salad. Hella butt play online. But when a person say, I'm not into no butt play, I just want to have a real eye-to-eye conversation, why do you believe that self-sabotage is your best friend? Why? And I don't never know who I'm talking to or what I'm talking about. I be thinking I'm gonna have a whole different conversation and Spirit put something right in my mind's eye. So, this shit right here, this shit is Jason to a lot of you niggas. Wealth, riches. It is a fear point. And I can be talking to myself right now, of course. But in reference to wealth, in reference to power, ability, resources. It is in the work, it is in the labor, it is in your passion. Being able to sort out what your passion is outside of like, I'm passionate about this, because maybe you're not passionate about starting a trash picking up company, but that's your way to making millions of dollars. Maybe you're not passionate about cleaning out office buildings, but that's your way to generational wealth. Maybe you're not passionate about making pizzas, but pizzas is going to be the thing that's going to have you having cash flow from now until the end of your life. Passion is a tricky word, right? Passion is related to suffering, okay? It is the enduring of said suffering. It is like the passion of the Christ. That's where the concept of passion literally comes from. Christ being crucified on the cross. So it is the thing that you would die for and die with. That you don't, it's like, being in the midst of a fire and being okay with it because shit, you just built for this shit. Now, how did this look for each and every person? That's the amazing thing. It looked completely different for every single person, what their opulence is. But the beautiful part of it is that everybody has this spirit. Everybody has this within them. This is a universal concept. You have the spirit to breathe. You have the spirit of opulence. You have the spirit of beauty. You have the spirit of ease. You have the spirit of tumultuosity. You have the spirit of drama. You have the spirit of toxicity. You have all of the spirits are within you because you've developed them over thousands of lifetimes. And who gives a fuck about one thing or another? I'm just saying, in a sea of billions of videos that have been uploaded to this platform today, this one video was specifically to help somebody raise their energy up, tap into a specific spirit within themselves that's like, hey, I'll deal with you, I'll work with you if you want to work with you. But it seemed like you was dealing with the spirit of depression over there, and I didn't want to bother y'all. You was dealing with the spirit of self-sabotage over there, and I didn't want to interrupt. You know what I'm saying? You had a self-perpetuating cycle over there, and I just said, hey, maybe he don't want to be rich. Maybe he don't want to be wealthy. Maybe he just want to keep casing over Bonquisha's little hoe ass and, have him in the street, stressed out. So once again, the idea of the spirit of opulence is to identify this spirit within oneself. And to identify this spirit within oneself is specifically a mindset shift that is not limited, that is not small, but is generous and giving. Opulence is life itself. Opulence is the circulation. See, money is the end product of opportunities, experiences, relationships, and other blessings. Like, you didn't get the job and they paid you the first day. You had to work 2 weeks, 3 weeks. One's in the chat. We got to put your first week in the hole and then you would get paid. So you work this week and then we put that check in the hole and then we get paid after that 2 weeks. So yeah, your third week, 3.5 weeks really, because you get paid. Payroll is on Wednesday. So yeah, probably like in like 2 months you would be straight. And then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, money is the end product. You don't get the money first. You start a business, you don't get money. You don't get money the first day. You start a passion project, you ain't about to get no money. I tell this all the time. Columbian Exchange was a website for 3 years damn near. I was paying $30 a month. I ain't never sell shit. It was crazy. I mean, shit, if I didn't love what I was doing and believe in myself, not making money, I'd have been quit this shit. Money is the end product of a long time of putting your foot in front of your other foot. So when we talk about opulence, we not talking about money. Money is not opulence or the spirit of opulence. Like we said, opulence is life itself. So, like Billy Paul would say, let the dollars circulate. Your blood circulates, your breath or air circulates, the energy of the planet, it all circulates. It's all just this big revolving circular thing. So the way Spirit has showed me was like, oh, you ain't never heard nobody say, man, I only fuck with the inhales, bro. I don't do no exhales, man. That exhale shit is for weaklings, bro. I just do pure inhales. I don't do no exhales, bro. I just be breathing in, bro. That's all I do is breathe in. Like nobody ever said that. Circulation is the inhale and exhale. That is life and that is opulence. Thus, one has to be smart with their money, okay? Like Billy Paul say, let the dollar circulate. Let the dollar circulate. You feel me? Like the spirit of opulence is always moving. Thus, are you moving towards it or with it, or are you moving away from your inner spirit of opulence? It is not a guessing game, guys. It is not a guessing game. It's not something that you need to figure out. It is the unlocking of opulence and just knowing the particular formula of how to do it. How do you either move closer to your spirit or move away from your spirit? You're either going to distance yourself from spirit if you are being selfish, focusing on you, or you move closer to your spirit through the act of profusion. Now, in this book, he used this word specifically. This is Thomas Sowell and the spirit of Thomas Troward, rather, and the spirit of opulence. He used this word profusion, and profusion means extravagance, expenditure, prodigality, waste, or the word that I kind of fixated on, a pouring out, or to pour forth, or to pour into something. So the hard part, the part that's going to catch a lot of people up into activating the spirit of opulence is that now they have to completely shift their focus to giving. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. So, your level of pouring forth is also your level of receiving. I tell people this all the time. I don't make money really from YouTube for real. Like not nothing. If I got paid $100 a month, that's an amazing month, right? And I can't pay no bills, survive off $100 a month. It's cool. That I usually take that straight to the dispo, though. You feel me? Or pay the gym membership or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I appreciate it, but I can't survive off of it. However, this is my livelihood. It's not even a connection. It is just an indirect connection. I do videos because it just helps me have good karma throughout the world. It's just something that's just like, it just is currency. nothing specific to anybody watching a video. It's not like people watch the video and then turn around and be like, here go $1,000. That don't happen. It's people that don't even know I do YouTube videos that show me love a lot of times that don't even know. But I already know. Like I know like people that like show up to my business, they don't be like, hey man, I seen your video and I wanted to, they just, it'd be a whole different way that they found my business. And I know for a fact that my ability to help people is my protection. So a lot of times shit, I haven't really done videos as much as I used to do them for real. So I had to start thinking about shit like, and it ain't like I ain't have shit to say, it's just like booty just tastes so good. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't got no smell to it. Got a little creamy texture to it. I don't know. It's just amazing. So, I just be into that. You feel me? But it's like with school starting and shit like that, I'm like, and I don't never know what I'm going to talk about, when I'm going to talk about it. But I'm just in the mode now that if I feel like talking about something, I'm going to organize it and I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to go all in. I'm not even going to care. I'm just like diving in because your level of profusion is your level of your receiving. So in all areas of life, my whole entire day is like very intentional, like very intense. My workouts, everything is to another level because the level of giving is also the level of receiving. And I'm always holding back because, it's been a while since I heard Master P, Mia X, Mystical, and Silk the Shocker, Mac. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since I heard the No Limit Army, So, and when you don't deal with your soul for a long time, that's just like Curtis Blow and them say, them is the breaks. So we operate from a law of circulation, which is a steady flow inward. So we're doing inward modalities, rituals, spells, journaling, metaphysical things, studying. And then we're also having a strong outward flow. So we, doing our business, LLC, whatever our weaknesses are, we working on them. We doing an inward flow and an outward flow, and we in balance with it because it's natural for us to drift away from source. And the number one question that we gonna have for the spirit of the spirit of opulence is, what if I don't have nothing? What if I don't have anything? Right? And I say to this, or the author says to this, Thomas Troward says, you may not have money, right? But you do have spiritual, intellectual, emotional, and mental skills that can be turned into either acts of kindness. You can help some people in just a loving, kind way, right? You can bestow your wisdom onto people, charge for readings, do online lives, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. If you creative, you make music, you do art, you sculpt, um, you knit, you sew, right? Something, service, you got good customer service, you got a beautiful smile, um, you do other types of services, you feel me? Full service. um, Maybe you just a support, it's a lot of women who your wealth is in just supporting a great man, right? If you support a great man, he's gonna take care of you more than, you know what I'm saying? Like for a lot of women, that's a way to get in wealth through marriage, through relationships, and showing up a certain type of way. Now, We live in this feminist 2025, and y'all not into that. Y'all trying to make y'all own money. So tap into the spirit of opulence in a different way, right? Like I said, it's different strokes for different folks. So ultimately, when you are dealing with the spirit of opulence, you are integrating material wealth into your life. And most people want to know, how do I get the real money? You just live in the spirit of opulence as much as you can. And as much as you live in your spirit of opulence, you concentrate on it. What is your spirit of opulence? Your spirit of opulence is the part of you, the spiritual part of you that is wealthy. So, your wealthy part of you, what do they do? Let's do a thought experiment right now in the chat right now before we get off this live, so we can give some people ideas. What does your wealthy version of yourself do? Do they fly to Cabo every other month, right? What do they own? What do they do? How do they help people? Like, how does your wealthy person show up? Right? And this is just a thought experiment. This is hypothetical. This is just imagination. This is how you live in the spirit of opulence, because every part of you is alive and trying to show up. Your poor version is trying to show up. Your whole version is trying to show up. Your moral version is trying to show up. Your abusive part is trying to, everybody trying to show up. What does your spirit of opulence side of yourself, like, what does it look like? Because once again, when we talk about money, money is not the problem. One has to know how to get money. That's the problem. Money is out there. You personally have to figure out how to get it. Once you personally learn how to get it for you through the love of your personal spirit of opulence, you're not going to be able to tell people how you even did it, because it's going to show up for you in a way where you just know what you want to do. Me, I just want to be on the mounds. I want to travel with my drone and just explore and connect, take some shrooms, grow my family. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it looks like to me. And how to get there is through the love of this particular spirit. So, whenever it's an opportunity, whenever it's a relationship, whenever it's a job, don't ever ask how much you're going to get paid. Ask how much you can do. Asking how much you can do is activating your spirit of opulence. Okay? This is activating your spirit of opulence. If you go into a situation, relationship, thinking about how can the person help you, then you like, when you selfish in a relationship, the way it ends, you gonna look all type of crazy. When you are selfless in a relationship, even if it end bad, it's a relief knowing that you wasn't the one that fucked it up. Like, it means something to know that it wasn't you that was on bullshit, because it's your karma, it's your juju that shows up in your next relationship. I tell you how it works. When two people break up, usually the person that wasn't the one that was fucked up, they generally bounce back into something different, new, better. And the one that was fucked up, they have all types of weird karma, and that's just how it is. So once again, how to shift it is stop being selfish. And we all can be selfish. So the first part is, I'm not selfish. Of course you're not. Right? But then let's go OD with how much you can offer. So the concept of selfish is not even something that's related to you. Now, I know the human side of you is going to resist this all the way to the top of Mount Everest. I get it. But if ever you wanted to tap into the spirit of opulence, when you're looking at other people living life and it's so easy and it's so carefree, I guarantee you they're putting forth their leg share within the contribution to make it look like it's so easy because of what they're doing in that particular relationship. It could be a ball lick, a ball suck, a gooch lick, a toe lick, right? Some shit you ain't never heard of. And that's the shit that's making it to be as this girl is getting the whole entire world. Cause every night she coming with goddamn banana pudding and like, all right, daddy, you know where to put your legs up. We about to go deep diving. Who's your little scuba diver? You feel me? You don't know what it's like in that bedroom. So once again, you want it to work. Don't ask what you about to get out of this situation. Ask how much you can do. Now, what's the trick? We talking about jobs that's beneficial. We talking about relationships that's beneficial. We talking about opportunities that's beneficial, right? You got to be able to have discernment. You got to be able to tell sugar from shit. So once again, if you don't have shit, you can't give nothing. Don't run into debt chasing a dream. Focus on helping and giving people of what you got. So once again, we talking mainly about acts of kindness, wisdom, creativity, service, encouragement. You know, you telling that man he is a good football player when he in his 40 and up league, that ain't gonna hurt you. One's in the chat, if that not gonna hurt you not one bit, to encourage that man in his 37 and under football league. Baby, that's a good run. Did that hurt? Did that break your soul to just clap your hands when he fell, when he got blocked? He got up. He got up though. He got knocked down, but we fall down. We get up. Looking ass boys. It's crazy out here. So, finishing up. When you learn how to do this at a high level, what? Focusing on helping and giving to people. You don't have to be like the type of person that's like giving somebody so now you don't have shit. In the most simplest level, we talking about business, right? Starting a company, things of that nature, right? If your company ain't focused on helping and giving to people, then what is your company focused on? Your company don't help people? Is it helping people at the highest of level? Is it making everything as easy as possible? Or you just thinking about yourself, trying to make money? So for 3 years of trying to make money, I made zero. The moment I just said, how can I help people? I made a workbook, and every day I sell a workbook. I'm always selling workbooks because workbooks help people, right? So that was my marketing shift. Literally, like I went from trying to make money to trying to help people. And once I tried to help people, I've been making money, not really working a job for the past 8 years. Because I wake up every day, all day, every day. I'm thinking about how this is going to help people. How is this article going to help people? How is this going to help people? How is this website going to help people? How is this product going to help people? How is this video going to help people? How is this email newsletter going to help people? That's all I think about. And the more I think about it, people was like, oh, you lucky. It just seemed like money come to you. It can literally, like, I know how it looks. Like, if you be around me, I'll be sitting here, you know what I'm saying, rolling a blunt, cracking a joke on my kid, and I'll make some money. And I'll be thinking, well, that joke must have been funny. God liked that joke. He done gave me some money. God laughing at you too. Like, I don't know. It don't make no sense. It's just the world that I've created because throughout, I got emails and reviews and testimonials, all because like my intention is to help. And whenever people cross that barrier threshold where they feel like, yeah, I feel like you can help me. We mesh, we meet, and the deed is done, and it's all good. I used to do readings for free, like religiously, like did readings for free. And this girl said, no, baby, you gotta start charging for readings. People gotta pay to talk to you. I said, oh, for real? She was like, yeah. So ever since then, because I'm not going to do something without people telling me that it should be done. So once people said, "Oh yeah, you need to charge for readings," I did that. But still, I'm still focusing on helping and giving to people. But now it's boundaries and barriers, so I can focus on helping myself. But for the right price, I stop doing what I'm doing and do a reading. Other than that, I'm cool. Right. So once again, the spirit of opulence is focusing on helping and giving to people at a high level. And when you do this at a high level, money will always find you. Now, this video was done in part due to the generous donations from the Blue Magic Foundation, No Limit Records, Master P, Romeo Miller and them. And we just did a book review or a book report, book breakdown of The Spirit of Opulence by Thomas Troward. Uh, this book is free online. You can read it. It's a hard read, so I just broke it down, made it simple so we all could understand it, and just adding this to the files, man. So refer to this video whenever you want to tap into the spirit of opulence. You want to figure it out again because we naturally drift, man. So every now and again, we might need to come back home, get our mind, get our money right so we can be ready for war. With all of that being said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope y'all smash the like button. I hope you subscribe to this channel, and maybe if you got a little bit more love in your heart, you could share this video to a friend or family member, and they could tap into the spirit of opulence as well. Man, my cash app is $Hood Mystic 38. If you can spare some of your opulent coins, be sure to share with your boy. All donations and things of that nature are appreciated, and there are a tax write-off. It's already August, man. We almost to tax season once again. So shout out to the fam, shout out to the tribe, shout out to the collective. It's Hood Mystic. This has been the Spirit of Opulence. And we'll be back with another video very shortly. Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. I will see y'all all on the flip side.